Are about to go live with one of our current students, Tiffany. Tiffany launched her virtual assistant and social media management business in September, and within 5 months of launching that business, she's handed in her notice from her demanding job and has decided to go full-time in business, which is so exciting. Hello.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, we made it.
Yes, I can. I can see you now as well. Okay, we did it.
Amazing. Goddamn live. Do you want to just introduce yourself, Tiffany, for anyone who is in my audience and doesn't know you?
Okay, so I'm Tiffany. I started my virtual assistant business in September of last year, and I'm currently located in Dubai. I'm from South Africa, and I'm 21 years old, so fairly new, came from not too much experience, but made it work so far.
Amazing. I think you're like one of the youngest people that we've had come through, and it's unusual for someone so young to be like so sure of what they want to do and be so driven and ambitious about it. I guess, how did you know that you wanted to do something like this? Like, where did it come from so young? Because it is rare.
I've always kind of look. I knew for a fact I wanted to work for myself. I
Yeah.
didn't want to be working for someone else long term. So it was kind of just like, what field? Where do I need to go into that would make this work? And
Yeah.
then obviously I heard about being a VA, and like I did social media for like my small businesses that I had in South Africa, but I never like put it together. And then I found
Yeah.
you, and I was like, oh my word, this all makes sense now. Let me go for it. And it's just been amazing since.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. Like, so it was the small catalyst in like in life before, leading up to this is what kind of led you here. And then
Yeah.
for anyone who is, I guess, thinking of starting a business but wants to as a side hustle, you have been extremely driven and have been working like a ninja the whole time. What would your advice be for someone who's wanting to start as a side hustle and like also has a demanding job?
It would probably be you can make the time. You think you don't have the time, but you can make the time. Sometimes it's like, okay, if I really want to do this, it's like 4 hours on top of my 9 hour job. And then you think, where am I actually going to sleep and eat and do this? But when you just sit down and you do it, you get it done, and then later, like a month later, you're like, oh my goodness, I mean, I put the work in, maybe I didn't sleep as much as I should have, or was a
Yeah.
little bit grumpy, but you reap those rewards, and then you just kind of keep going, and it's beautiful when you look back at it. But you can make the time. I thought I didn't have the time, but you just make it. If you want it bad enough, you can make the time.
I think that's really good advice because I think we're all guilty of like, in the evenings scrolling TikTok or watching crap or whatever it is. And if you just dedicate, the wasted hours that you have, it's like for a short term, it's not forever, but that's
Yeah.
obviously what you've been doing. I presume that your like free time has been a lot of working.
Yeah, I have free time. I do. I take like a few, I would say maybe a good few hours a week of that. It's just for me, my time, no phone,
Yeah,
nothing.
amazing.
But yeah, hopefully I'll get some more me time when
Yes.
I'm full time. But yeah, at this point, you just literally make the time. That's what I kind of push in my head.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. And I guess how have you found that, like, even though since the past 5 months since you started, what do you think like the biggest kind of like growth you've had in that time has been, both personally, professionally, just a bit of a mix of everything?
It would probably be the way I speak and just come across. I mean, I think in the beginning when we had our first call, like you said, oh, she's not even interested in
Yeah,
joining.
I was like,
He was like, no. And now I'm hopping on calls last minute without prepping for clients. Like I don't need to prep in advance. And like I think it was this weekend I also filmed my first reel speaking, sitting down.
it
And I
looks so
was
good.
like, I would have never been able to speak like to
Mm,
anyone, or if I need to type up an email. I mean, I used to put it through Chat GPT and like, does this sound good? But now it's just that confidence level that I'm
yeah,
like, okay, I'm typing this up, I'll send this through. I know what I'm capable of now.
yeah,
So just that growth, and I think also with me being so young, it's amazing that this team that you have helped me get to this point because it probably would have taken me a lot longer. Whereas this kind of sped it up and got
Yeah,
me to a
too
good spot
fast.
now. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what, 6 months, 5 months? It's crazy.
Yeah, and I think that that's, I guess I've told you many times from an outside perspective, but like I've seen your confidence grow like literally every month, like by a big part as well. Like, and just
Yeah.
that just comes down from, I think, the doing. Like, I think one time you mentioned that you had done like 15 discovery calls or something like that, and like obviously you're going to get good at them by doing that many.
Yes, yes, that was kind of the thing, yeah. Because in the beginning, I went like I put everything in. I think I was staying up till like 1 o'clock in the morning, like just prepping and like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
sending this through. This is going out on Facebook. This is going out there. And then the influx that I got from that, I kind of was like, oh my word, I'm so scared of all these calls. But by the 15th call, I was like, hi, I'm
Like,
Tiffany. How can I help you? Like,
yeah. I think
yeah,
it's like anything in life, isn't it? Like with enough repetition, it gets less scary. You're like, all right, never need to prep for it. I can manage this just from like the knowledge that you have.
yeah. So that's amazing.
And then how, for anyone who's like thinking of starting, what has been your main source of finding clients?
It would honestly be, I would think, I'm in a lot of girls' groups that are based in Dubai.
Yeah.
So that one and Facebook is what I'd kind of say. Instagram, I'm getting a lot more
Now.
inquiries.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that I've kind of been set up and
Yeah.
I'm not even posting that much, but the inquiries still do come from the
Yeah.
stories that I post. So that's new. But when I do post continuously on Facebook, I mean all the clients pretty much come from there.
Interesting. And is it mostly like the expat groups and the different kind of hobby groups in Dubai?
Um, yes, and also just random groups,
Yeah, I love it.
honestly. Like personal training groups,
Yeah,
the like mom groups, yeah,
a lot.
moms in business, like just general ones, yeah. So I get
Amazing.
a lot of inquiries or bites from that. Not necessarily always clients. Most of my clients
Yeah.
are from Facebook and the girls groups, like I've said.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, love that. And I think that's good inspiration for anyone starting that. Like I always recommend, I feel like Instagram complements when you use the Facebook kind of strategy to look for clients, because they can come over to your Instagram, they can see you, they can see that you have, reviews on your page, that you're just a nice normal person, they can see, a little bit more about you. So yeah, I definitely encourage anyone who's thinking about it to think about Facebook, because yeah, that's amazing that like the majority of yours have come from there. And I guess what kind of like clients or projects have you worked on? Like what kind of industries have they been in generally?
Okay, so it's kind of gone at the moment. I'm working with a lot of ladies that are doing workshops.
Love it.
So I've got a lady who does like pasta workshops. I've
So
got
fun.
someone who does art workshops. Then I've also got a takeaway. Um, like she does like homemade takeaways in Dubai, Portuguese
Amazing.
homemade takeaways. Then I've got a photographer that I work with. And then I've also got a financial wealth management company that I'm doing their social media for. So it's quite a range and
Yeah.
kind of all of the clients. It's like social media and this. So it's
Yeah.
little mixes. It's not kind of just one solid thing, although they're all kind of on the same social media package.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Other kind of ad hoc bits and other kind of admin stuff as well.
Yeah, yeah. But it just kind of, that's the thing when you're working so close together with them, and it's just like, oh, Tiff, do you know how to do this? Okay, perfect. Can you do this?
Yeah.
Pop it on my invoice. And it's like, oh my word, okay. Okay. Like, I know how to do this. I know you. I understand what you need. So
Yeah.
it just becomes so easy to kind of just keep your clients and build relationships with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. I also think it's a credit to your like attitude of like, even if you're not sure how to do something, like you're the person who goes, researches it, watches trainings, figures it out and comes back and is confident with that thing. And I think that's how it's one of the reasons you've done so well so quickly, is because you're a very much like a self-starter with like with execution, or if people are showing interest in something, like you're going to go and learn it and master it, and that's going to get you obviously, like, more clients and better quality relationships and everything.
Yes, it does. It does. It's a little bit annoying though, because sometimes I'll say, "Oh, it's fine. Like, give me 2 weeks. I'll look into it and I'll learn how to do that." And then I think to myself, "Tiff, you have a full-time job, and like, you don't have time to learn how to do this." And then I do, and then I'm like, oh, "Look what I did," and I just feel like, oh, did I had all of that effort for? But it's just my personality. I love that. I think that's
Yeah.
the best thing,
And yeah,
actually.
and yeah, what is your favorite thing about now, like having your own business, I guess, is off the back of that?
My favorite thing, it's probably just being able to manage my time.
Mm,
Like, I have control over my day when I am doing this. Like, when
yeah.
I'm off from work and I'm like, okay, this today I'm just doing VA work.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can go for a coffee in the morning and go and work at a coffee shop. Or I don't need to ask if I can go to the bathroom. Like little things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
working in hospitality, someone needs to know where you are all the time because you're so busy. So just being able to take a step back and being just, I have control, and it's the weirdest thing because I'm so used to working hard. So I still
Yeah.
work hard, but this I'm just less stressed. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really is the small things in life. I feel like you said that, like having to go and grab a drink of water, catch your breath if you're not feeling well, go to the toilet, whatever it is, take an important call. Like you can do all of those things now, and then your work doesn't suffer. And I think that's very, very common. Like a lot. Like, would you say that that's more the driving force, or like the financial side of having your own business, or is it like 50-50?
50-50,
Yeah,
honestly. Like,
yeah,
I'm happy. Like, even right now, I'm not even at capacity when I am full time, but
yeah,
I'm happy with how much I'm making now because I have the control now, and that's kind of just what I wanted.
yeah,
The money is the bonus, honestly.
yeah.
At this point, yeah.
No, I think it's like really, really common, like from the conversations I have with people, like most people want the freedom rather than the money, because I feel like, jobs, not that jobs are easy to come by, but like you can get a job, but you can't as easily get freedom of your time and your like your location as well. Because like, would you want to go home back to South Africa? Like, would you like to be able to travel more? Is that the plan?
Um, Yeah, I do actually have a little plan at the moment already. I'm like, okay, I think I might hop on to Bali, and
Mm,
then
yes.
everyone goes to Bali. I know
You know,
you go there quite often as well. So
you've
I've
got to do
always
it.
wanted to, yeah. So it's like a month there. Then I do want to stay long term in Dubai because it is just I resonate with this place a
Yeah,
little bit. It's grown on me. But I'll be going home. I'll be able to go home for Christmas and like my parents' birthdays, which is something I haven't done in almost 2 years. I
yeah,
haven't been home for Christmas in 2 years because I didn't have the choice. It was like, you can't take holiday. So you
yeah.
stuck. So now having the freedom to be, I can just book my flights already and I know I'll get on that plane and I'll go home. It's just the feeling, like money can't buy that feeling, if I'm honest.
100%. No, I completely agree. I love that as well. I feel like Christmas is like such a hard time of year to miss, like when you want to be at home. I've missed a few, and every time it's like I can't look at social media, anything. I'm like, oh,
Yes, and you see everyone, and you just want to like, oh, okay, what do I do?
I
Close the
know.
phone, something
Yeah,
else.
for sure. And then I guess in terms of how did you just make the decision to go full time with the business? Because obviously it is quite a big decision to go from a side hustle to go all in.
Okay, so that kind of was, I wasn't happy with what I was doing, and I was like, this, it needs to change. So that was always at the back of my head. I was like, something needs to change, something needs to change. And I got so many inquiries, I can't remember. I think it was the end of November, beginning
Yeah,
of
I think
December,
so.
and it was a bit nutty. And I ended up having to say no, no, no. And these were people I wanted to work with.
That's so sad.
And it was just, it, I thought about it and I said, no, like this resignation is getting handed in. it did take me a while to do it,
Doesn't matter,
but
you did
I did do
it.
it. I did do it.
Yeah.
But still to this day, like I am in contact with those people that did reach out to me and we did chat with, have a call. But it's like I wasn't able to grab them at that point, and
I
it
know.
eats me today. Because if I just made the decision a little bit earlier, I would be full time already, you know?
Look,
So
I know. Hindsight's
yeah,
a great thing, but you did it in a safe and sustainable way. You waited till
yeah.
you were making, a nice income that you were happy with. You waited till you were kind of maxed out hours wise. And I guess what kind of client hours, like how many hours per week are you working with clients at the moment, would you say?
Probably about 35, 40.
A month?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
no, a week
with,
kind of.
with
I
clients
think
or at
yes,
work?
with client work. Client, like, yeah, so it's like necessarily a full-time job on top. That's how I explained it. Yeah.
Okay. So you got a lot going on, girl.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's okay, it's like 35. We can say like 35. Yeah, just to keep everyone, yeah, at
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, good for you. I mean, that is incredible. And, I think that there's a way to go about it going full time. And I like the way I generally recommend is what you've done is like set up, launch, be comfortable with your abilities, be confident in your skills, be confident that are working with great people and they have potential for long-term relationships and that you know that you can get more clients if you need them and keep your existing clients. So yeah, like it's a massive achievement in like 5 months from 5.5 months from launching. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's honestly nuts because I look back at everything in the beginning, even the like these reels and things on CapCut randomly that I haven't edited that I've filmed before, and I look at them and I think so much has changed. Like I can't even use this or repurpose it because it's like it's
It's
too
old.
old. But it's
Yeah,
not old. It's just 5 months ago.
yeah, it's just has been a quick
So
change.
yes.
And then how did you find the transition into like posting on social media? Because I feel like from an outsider perspective, you took to it really well. You were very active pretty much from day one. I just watched your launch reel again in preparation for this. And even like that was amazing, to begin with, as your first ever video. So yeah, have you found that journey? Because I know some people struggle with the idea of like putting themselves out there.
Um, I I think I kind of approached it. Honestly, you did pep talk, and you were like, just do it. This is what you have to do, you know. But I also know that I will only buy from people that I've seen. Like I
For
saw
sure.
your post, and I thought of the way I approached you. I was
Yeah.
like, potential client. I trusted you. I saw your face too many times.
So
That's how yeah, but that's what you do. And then I did the same for my page. I was like, okay, let me try, those touch points that you speak about when all of those things. Like, as soon as I put it together, that's when everything worked out.
mm,
It wasn't like a crazy launch in the beginning,
yeah.
but it was consistent. And I mean, by the time it was December, which was what, 3 months later, like I was getting messages and getting inquiries and things. So I kind of just, to answer your question, I just put my head, I was like, this is what I want to do, just do it. Like, don't think
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
you know like they don't care if you have a pimple on your face. Nobody cares. They care about if you can work or not. Are you easy to work with?
I know.
That's that fear of putting my face there. I just had to like pretend it wasn't there until it disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good advice because I think we're so critical of ourselves, but like I'm sure you're the same. I've never gone on social media and thought like, that girl's hair looks a bit weird today. Like, oh, she needs to get her roots done. Like I've never had those thoughts about someone else, but I feel like we can easily think that about ourselves. So that's a really good reminder that like no one cares about you really even what you look like. It's just that you're a nice normal person, and that you can do the work.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. So as soon as you push that across, we will be fine.
Yeah. And I guess off the back of that, what has been one of the more challenging parts, I guess, of running a business so far? Or have you had any
Um,
downs or lows, I guess, in the journey?
I think it would honestly just be when my admin gets out of control.
Yeah.
Like, because you obviously, I'm at a point where it's genuinely everything is just client focused
Yeah.
at this point. So sometimes I let my own things slip, and then I'm sitting there on like a Sunday and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, like it's not going to take 30 minutes a day and your stuff will be sorted. Why are you neglecting this? Don't
Yeah.
let it pile up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just actually getting into that rhythm with myself. But I think it's a silly little thing. It's just me being slightly lazy, but at least the client work is getting done. So that's my main focus.
It is. And that
I can,
becomes that's the priority once you get paying
yeah.
clients is that your stuff comes next. Honestly, it sounds like you need your own VA to like help you with admin.
One day, it's just in a few months, probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. I could I could see you having like an associate or a team member like literally in the next couple of months for sure because once
Yeah.
once you go full time with this come May, you're already like close to capacity before you even go
Yeah.
full time.
I do have like this goal of I have two more clients that I want, and they're very specific clients.
Yeah,
So I hunt them down and I'll find them. But when I do get to that point, I will definitely need of someone to help me. I do have a few like thoughts, but we'll see when the time comes. It's not
yeah.
yet ready, but yeah.
I mean, it's an exciting position to be in. And then what do you think, like, once you go full time come May, like, what will a day in the life look like for you?
I think I honestly think I'm going to go a little bit crazy. I think in May when I have settled down, I'm going to put a lot into this business, like I did in the beginning.
Yeah,
Kind of just push it, push it, push it to see how far I can take it in a few months. I would say, um, yeah, that's kind of just the goal, and then seeing what happens, and
yeah,
then just I will have the capacity and the capabilities to like,
yeah,
okay, this I need someone on board, and then I can get someone on board, or
yeah,
I've also got a few photographers or videographers that I'm also working with at the moment.
yeah. Well, like,
So
collaborations kind of.
yes, so being able to put something together properly, of like how this would work and what is included for my clients, maybe benefits my clients would get if they were working with me. So much, but
Yeah,
that's kind of just like to establish it is more, I think for my own mind, it probably looks a lot more organized from the outside, but
yeah,
obviously in my head, like there's so much going on.
yeah,
I know what's happening, but I want it to be super clear for everybody else.
yeah. And I think that's like the beauty of the business is there is so much. And I think it's good and a bad thing when you're super driven is that like there's unlimited things that you can do. There's unlimited money to make. There's unlimited client experience to have. Like you can always do more and do better. And it's it's definitely a journey finding that line of like where's enough and where's too much. And I feel like that's what I feel from you. You're at the enough versus too much kind of
Yeah,
mentality.
yes. Like right now, I'm like, no more clients, no
Yeah.
more clients. If I got inquiries last week, and then they booked a discovery call, and I thought, tough. Like, why did you do that? Just tell them you do have availability only here. And then I did, and they said, okay, that's fine. We'll chat closer to the time.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I just need to say no to clients because they'll tell me this amazing story about what they're building. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I just want to be a part of that.
I
And
know.
then I forget, actually, you know?
You got no
So,
time. And
yeah.
I definitely think when May comes along, you should take a little holiday as well and take a few days to regroup and like even just honestly have it. I think that there's so much like clarity that comes with just having some time to think, and also just like to reflect as well on like, because it's been a whirlwind for you. Like it's been wild.
Yeah, it has been. It has been a bit crazy. I think when I do go, I really hope that the Bali trip works out and all of that. But that's kind of been like my holiday that'll come
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Then yeah, then I'll go there and then hop back to Dubai, and then that's kind of when I'm like, okay, I'll sit down and push.
Yeah.
Um,
Got you. So you'll
yeah, but
enjoy
definitely
some
need a
downtime.
break. Yes, definitely need a break after this crazy job of yeah, I will definitely need a break.
100%. And do you have any advice to anyone that's here or watching the replay on getting started? If you were in the position that you were in, like a couple, before you even started your business, like what would your advice be to someone who's thinking about starting, but maybe is just feeling a bit nervous or daunted about the idea of it? Because it is a lot.
It is a lot, but I think my honest advice would be to ask the questions, reach out, and just do it. If it feels right, or if you have this feeling of, I want to try this, but I'm not sure, just do it. And then thank yourself in 6 months, honestly, because that's, if you, I was also just like, should I, shouldn't I? Like, I kind of know, I kind of want to. Then as soon as I did it, I kind of got to this point, and I look back and it's just that one tiny decision
Yeah,
of just reaching out. I don't know if I sent you a DM or something,
I
but
think it
it
was
just,
on Instagram. Yeah.
yeah, it just changes things completely.
It's just, I guess
Yeah.
you made the decision to make it work and be relentless and do what you had to do to make it work. So I feel like, if you hadn't made that decision on that evening, and then, that's what then, when you made that decision, you then made the time, you found the kind of dedication, I guess all from just like you said, deciding.
Yes, you just have to make
Yeah.
the decision and do it, and
Yeah.
then it'll all work out in the end. It really will.
I love that. And just if anyone has any questions or comments or takeaways, guys, share them in the comment section. We just have one lady, Louise, saying my launch reel is why I'm not progressing. I'm so overwhelmed with it. What I will say to that, Louise, is I put some suggestions in our WhatsApp group earlier this week. Is there's other ways you can do a launch reel. If that's the thing that's holding you back, we can get to it. I've seen a few. I don't know if you've seen any of these, Tiffany. It's a fun way people do like a launch of their business or a launch of a website. Basically, they just put like a bow around their laptop and just take a video of them like opening the bow and being like, this my business is open for business. And I think that's just, if something is massively, massively holding you back to anyone, is just to start somewhere. If a video is so overwhelming, to start with a video of you just typing with some trending music or something like that and work your way up to it, because the social media skills grow with time. And Tiffany, I can even see that your social media
Yeah.
skills have massively grown, and your first Instagram stories versus how you are now, it's been such a natural progression.
Yeah, yeah. It's all part of it. Like, you can't expect to just go in and be great and be happy with everything you post. I wasn't
Yeah.
happy with everything I posted in the beginning, but I knew it needed to be posted. It needed to be out there. And
Yeah.
now everything I post, I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm happy with this. And everyone's like, I love this. Oh, and comments and things. And I'm just thinking, oh, it's just the Instagram
Just that.
carousel, you know? But
Yeah.
you can't expect to just be happy with everything, because you
Yeah.
won't be. You also nitpick your own content so much as well.
100%. No one pulls up on the elements here. The font size is a bit off. There's a slightly small typo. No one notices these things except for us. And I think that I was the same. My social media was horrible to begin with, but I was also relentless and got clients with the worst social media ever, and to do their social media, which is hilarious when you think of it. But I tried a lot harder for them, and I'm sure, I'm sure you were the same when you started as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. When I saw my grid and then I saw the clients I was working with, I thought, you trust me so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I promise you that you will get better. And then they were happy. So
Yeah.
it was okay.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
also just sometimes you get clients because you vibe with them. It's a personality hire. They trust you. They trust that you'll figure it out, and that's usually what it is. And you would have probably stayed up late at night making sure all of their stuff was perfect. Doing rounds and rounds of them until you got it right when you're learning. And I think that's also just what it takes.
Yeah. honestly, just not giving up or just not. Also, I find like popping a message to find out as well has just helped me a lot more because I used to just think, oh, let me just send this through, it's fine. Let me just, all the little extras that you do, it all ends up making everything easier for you in the long term.
100% for sure. Okay, guys, anyone else have any questions? We have someone else. Carla, also South African, so this is an awesome live. Love that. Yeah, we have a call scheduled for Monday. Looking forward to chatting to you and your brother. Love that. Anyone else, guys, have any takeaways or comments they would like to share or any questions they have for Tiffany or myself? And if you're watching the replay and have any questions, we would be happy to answer. And then, Tiffany, can you tell us a little bit about come May, when you're in a position to take on more clients, what are your main offerings and the services that you're enjoying the most?
It would probably be social media management. I think that I'll take that to a little bit of a next level. I'm working on putting together packages that kind of include and cover everything.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I think, the main thing I'll focus on.
Yeah.
Working with someone running ads and having someone kind of designated to take videos and content photos for clients. So kind of structuring it like that, maybe a little bit easier. Also, I think for being full time, I won't stop with any admin work for the clients I do have.
Yeah.
I think I'll just be a little bit more mindful of any clients that I take on that are asking for admin work. I know what to ask now, what not to ask, how to figure it out. So I think that's kind of just the me thing. But kind of just maintaining, but just taking the social media to like a completely different level.
Yeah, that's really exciting. So, guys, if anyone's watching is thinking of hiring social media support in the coming months, give Tiffany a follow and you can keep in touch for, when those spots do come available, because they obviously are going to be super limited now with your capacity. So yeah, it's an exciting next chapter for you. So exciting.
Very exciting. I'm so excited just for it to come, for May to come, but I know also I need to be patient and just enjoy the time as it is at the moment.
Yeah.
Then it will get here and it'll be great.
Yeah, and you'll have like forever to scale the business once you're in it full time and do whatever you want with it. When you'll have all the time, you'll have like an extra 40+ hour work week to put into it if you wanted to like still work that much. So you'll be flying.
Exactly. I think in the beginning it might be like that, and then I'll like decide, okay, relax. Like now you can relax.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's also just like there's periods in business where it's a sprint and then it's maintenance and then it's a sprint and it's maintenance, and you just can't sprint all year or you'll explode. So bit of a mix.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for coming on. If you're watching the replay, feel free to reach out to Tiffany and say hello. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
No worries. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.